Representative Libby Floren of Greenwich and Stamford representing the 149th District. And we should say, proud to say, this is the seventh session for you. Well, congratulations.
I thought you were going to call me one of the pillars.
No, you're one of the pillars of the legislature, but not literally, folks. Come on. Hey, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you always,
nice
David.
You,
welcome.
As we face up to this one, there are some really serious issues facing. There always are, but there's a lot of optimism that swirls around the opening day of the session. You've seen at least your share of them thus far. Are you feeling some optimism from your colleagues both sides of the aisle? Because you are a great one to be able to cross over and deal with both sides of the aisle.
I think it's very important, and as you know, we elected a new speaker and a new majority leader today, and I thought the tenor of both of their speeches was optimism, cooperation, and consensus. So I'm very hopeful. Of course, the whole mood is permeated with the tragedy. I mean, and I think our leader, Larry Cafaro, may have said it best, that he hopes that the spirit of Sandy Hook, which is a spirit of healing now and moving forward, will permeate this session. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, no, the governor was very interested in talking about that and seeing about getting certain things done, getting together the 16-member commission.
Yes.
An apolitical commission with lots of experts from all over. Something has to be done quickly, the way I assess things, because people's memories are too short.
They are too short.
And it gets softened, and all of a sudden, next thing, nothing happens.
And you have nothing, I know. But I do think this commission was a wonderful idea, and giving them the deadline that he did was great, too. And I agree with you. I looked at who was heading it up, beginning with the mayor of Hamden, who's a very good leader and very articulate, and so many mental health experts and educators and first responders.
Yeah.
There's a fire chief, I believe, and so I think we're on the right track. But you're right, we should act quickly, but I think we have to act deliberatively because the wound is so pervasive and so deep, you don't want knee-jerk reactions that will go nowhere.
Sure. Well, they're obviously going to research it and look at best practices and so forth as they go forward. Have you initially, whatever it is, 6 weeks in, got any feelings as to the sort of thing that you would like to see accomplished?
Well, I would personally like to see us bring back that ban against large magazine and assault-type weapons. We had a wonderful bill a couple of years ago and it never went anywhere. I think now it would. I also think more stringent background checks and a longer look before you got your registration. I think those are very doable and things we should look at. As far as school safety and the mental health aspects of the issue, I'm not real sure. I think that's going to take more thought. I don't see having armed guards at every school. I just don't.
I think generally most people, I think, would concur with that assessment, that's for sure. The budget, and that's something that is not a pretty sight again this year going forward, and answers that you might see to 1.2 for this go-round and another billion conceivably for next year.
I know, that's a huge hole out of which to climb. I do think we're going to have to curb spending. It's going to be doing more with less, and that basically comes down to head count. And I don't quite know how we're going to pull that off, but we're going to have to try. I hate to see it if we just kicked the can down the road and took away our municipal aid. That doesn't do anyone any good. We'll see.
Any specific areas that you see that could suffer some cuts without doing undue damage?
Well, I think Medicaid is where you're going to have to look first because that's the biggest nut to crack. And I think that we can probably figure out ways to deliver our health product in a more efficient, cost-effective manner.
I know that you are very concerned about the environment and pesticides in the environment. This is something that often takes a back seat given all the other serious issues that the legislature deals with. What are you hoping to accomplish this year?
Well, I just want to keep our ban. We have a ban on using pesticides on the grounds of daycare through middle school, and every year the petrochemical lobby comes up here and tries to roll it back, delay it, water it down, and so I just have to stay vigilant because it's very important not to use pesticides to your school children.
Are you seeing the threat of a bill being raised to do just that?
It's always there.
It's always there.
And we have a new chair of environment, so that's going to be my first conversation with her. see.
Well, I know you will not be shy in retiring at dealing with this issue, but your ability to deal with both sides and to take a good look at things is something that's been invaluable these number of years that you've been there.
Thank
and
you.
It's always a pleasure to catch up with you.
That means a lot. Thank you very much for saying that.
It is a real pleasure. That's Representative Libby Floren. Greenwich and Stanford, our guest on Meet the Leaders, as we're here at the State Capitol building. We've got plenty more to talk about and talk with in just a moment. Stay with us.